Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to viewing back on the Pokemon franchise, like I said. And so we move on to the sixth one in the series, and also moving on to moving into in the Advanced series or the generations with Ruby and Sapphire. And so now this one we're getting to is Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker. Released in Japan in 2003, then released direct-to-video 2004. Yeah, because this is the first one that's been released on direct-to-video since the previous one was the last one to be released in the theaters in the U.S. That was Pokemon Heroes. So now, it's not only is it's direct-to-video in the U.S. now, but it still made money. It still was released in theaters in Japan. And it made $33 million in Japan, and that's it. But also, it's like the first one that received like positive reviews because even though it has a 5.9 on IMDb, it's like the same ratings like on the first few ones, but it has a 60. It says it's been rated at 62% of Rotten Tomatoes, which is like the highest one of any highest one of so far of all the first 5 ones on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, the first one like a high rating on Rotten Tomatoes is 62%. But yeah, like I said, Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker enters in the Ruby and Sapphire with the next generation of Pokemon or Pokemon Advance because this time, by this time, Ash is traveling with May and her brother Max. Brock's still there though. And also it also includes another Pokemon short. Like it says, all news is never before seen Pokemon short. Which I find funny on the back. It says on the back from the front here, but also on the back here it says never exclusive, never before seen Pokemon short, not seen in theaters or on television. Well, first of all, I think in theaters, I think they meant like in Japan though, but I'm saying not in the U.S. because it's been released direct to video, so there's never been one released in theaters. It's been direct to video. But anyway, yeah, the short is called Gonna Dance, and it takes place well, yeah, this one because it reminded me because in this one, Team Rocket they made like a base, which kind of remind me like the base and from. Which it couldn't be because it was in Diamond and Pearl, an episode where no Togepi has gone before, where they made a base, kind of like similar to the one in the short here. But I was like, wait, at first I was like, wait a minute, is this like the one from that episode? But that was in Diamond and Pearl, so they made like a similar base in this one. And okay, you don't see Ash or anything like his all the previous shorts, like I said, where it doesn't show their faces, even though it was a pointless thing because we know what they look like. It was pointless to show their faces, but they're not in this. But you see Jesse and James in this for like 10 seconds, before they leave. But once again, they don't show their faces at all either. I'm like, what is this? What is up with that showing the trainers' faces? You know. I mean, come on. It's been like a running making a nitpick thing that I've been going through with each and every short. I don't know what's the point of trying to hide their faces when we all know who they look like. But they only supposed to see them for like 10 seconds before they go get their boss, Giovanni. Because they've made this building, because they captured some 3 Whisper. You know, just made like a Marriott, kind of like with maracas and try to get like a song and dance thing. And Meowth is with Wobbuffet. He's left with Wobbuffet, Cacnea, and Seviper. And Meowth has also made this sort of device where they can where they can make them dance and uncontrollably, you know. And also now with Pikachu is with Torchic, Mudkip, Trico, and Lotad. they see them. They see well that they're playing. I guess they're playing, and they see the base, and they go in. They see the captured Whisper. Try high as we don't meow. They say, "Oh, what's that noise?" And they see, and they break them. They break them out of the cage, and then they see them. And also, yeah, they see them, and also there is also a Loudred as well. And one thing, at least another, there's the whole running thing because they keep on throughout this whole thing. They keep on dancing because the dancing device, I don't know what it's called, keeps on going from one hand to the other, and somehow it ends up getting pushed, and they all start uncontrollably dancing. You know, they can't stop. And at a point where, you know, Trico, he's like trying to resist not to dance, and everyone starts dancing, including the Loudred, and all of a sudden a Ludicolo appears out from nowhere. I mean, like the first time they start dancing, like, okay, this Ludicolo all of a sudden just appears out of nowhere, starts dancing with them. Okay, we saw the Loudred though, but where did this one come from? This Ludicolo, you know, just appeared out from nowhere. And then, and also while this all things keep us going from exchange from one hand to the other, and everyone start dancing, the whole base starts crumbling down. And that's pretty much it for the short. I'm not gonna go into detail because it's the running joke. Because it keeps on exchanging from one hand to the other, and it keeps these things keep on turning off and on, make them dance off and on. You know, and eventually into the whole base being destroyed. That's pretty much it. And then, you know, the Whisperer, they say at the end of the short, they say goodbye to the Whisperer and, you know, Pikachu and the others. And then getting to the one our story here, Jirachi, Wishmaker. And also this point, this is being told by a different narrator because at this time, after like the original ones, there's a different narrator. After like it's not the original narrator from the first series, you know, but then the original narrator does come back for like during the Diamond and Pearl series and then onwards. But from a short time, like during this kind of region, there was a different narrator going on around during the other part of the show. So even these films as well. It talks about, you know, there was this comet called the Millennium Comet that comes around like every 1,000 years for 7 days, and also there's this guy by the name of Butler. Who used to be a member of Team Magma because there was a Team Aqua and Team Magma during the show here, pitting against each other. Because with one was the Ruby was the one right here. Groudon, I forget what was the one for Sapphire. I forget the name of that legendary Pokemon was, but it was between this Groudon and the other one for Ruby and Sapphire. But the guy Butler, he used to be a member of Team Magma. He was trying to do an experiment, and trying to recreate. There was like a fossilized piece of a Groudon, and he tries to bring this piece back to life, but his experiment failed, and he gets mocked at by Team Magma, and he gets kicked off the team. And from then on, he's been trying to recreate this experiment. So he has figured out a way. He has it opens up with him in a place called Fiona. That he finds a crystal, a big huge crystal, but it contains Jirachi. You know, it's the power to grant wishes. But he plans to use Jirachi as the experiment to draw in the energy from the comet to bring back this piece to make a Groudon to get revenge for Team Magma. That's the whole thing for him. So, and then with Ash and his friends, you know, walk in, they come to see the comet as well, and they see that the whole place, you know, for the festival is being set up, and for this huge big top tent where Butler, who's also a magician as well, before Team Magma he was a magician, and so he gives a performance with his let's say this is I would say his girlfriend because they knew each other a long time since they were. It was like a short flashback when they were kids that um, Diane was her name that Butler really liked. You know, when they were when he was with your kids, you know, putting on magic tricks. So they performed together by doing a magic show, and he has with his Pokemon Kirlia, Mighty Hannah, and Dusk. Was he a form of Dusk Skull? Whatever was the name is. I forget what that Pokemon was. His name was Dusclops. I forget what the name was, but I know what it is though. And they have during the show, Diana's holding the crystal with the Jirachi inside, and it starts glowing and Max hears Jirachi's voice, and he goes onto the stage, and Ash tries to stop him, but they actually get volunteered for another part of the magic trick by Butler. And they and also Team Rocket, they're posing as clowns. They try once again, another attempt to capture Pikachu, but Butler defeats them easily. And Max explains to everyone that it was Jirachi that spoke to him. And Butler knows this because one of two things needs to happen for, that for one thing it needs to happen is that you need the energy from the comet, and that comes every 1,000 years. And Jirachi needs a friend, which he has chosen Max. And also, well, I'll get into that part in a second. But and as it does, Max carries the big crystal ball around, and then when at least the crystal does hatch, when Jirachi comes out and starts speaking, and him and Max, they come very close, good friends, and then they get the power because Jirachi has the power to make wishes. So like Max, they're in this trailer, the bus, whatever, tour bus, and pardon me. Max makes a wish for like lots of candy, and Jirachi makes the wish, but there's a whole bunch of candy. But really enough, he also has the power to teleport things. Like he didn't just make candy appear out of the blue. He stole the candy from this one stand and teleported all in the bus. So and also this is like also the one thing with May is that she also got this little thing for like if she wants to make a wish, she meets this guy and sells him this thing as like a wish. It's kind of like a dream catcher, but it's really not. It's like a thing for each of the 7 days that goes by. One night he folds one edge down, and once he folds all 7 the things, they can make a wish, and it's only like the first night when she puts the one down, then it goes for then onwards, and then we get the flashback to why that when Butler was a member of Team Magma, and why he's doing this, because he wants to recreate Groudon. So he has this system, and he when May is out, he sees that she sees Butler taking Jirachi to use the device to try to make the system work. But the experiment doesn't go fully well, but May tells everyone, and they get Jirachi and they run away. And also another thing that before that during after the show, shortly after the incident with the candy, there's a Pokemon named by the name of Absol has the thing to see futuristic danger or disaster or whatever. It's like see pending the next upcoming incident. So there was also a fight with Absol when he shows up, tries to just to prevent all this, but he starts attacking Max and everything, and then Butler captures it in a cage. But Absol does break free originally after when Butler tries to use the thing on Jirachi, and then when they all escape, and Diana helps them, just wants to take them and go back to put Jirachi back where Butler found it. I mean, because she knows that he's not all like this, because she really does like love him, and she wants to, this whole thing with revenge on Team Magma that's clouded his mind. And he's used, because he used to like smile and laugh when when they were kids and doing the tricks and stuff like that, and she wants to get that part of him back by doing this, bringing the Jirachi back. And so she helps them by driving on to the place where they found it. So when then shows like the passing nights, and May's like folding her thing down. And one thing is that one of the nights when they bring when Max then that when he has to say goodbye to Jirachi, and he doesn't want to, and he's like losing a friend. Ash makes a reference that says, I had a friend that also left me though, and I miss her, and I know we'll still be friends forever. He mentions Misty because he said her, because all the things that all the ventures they went on, so that's why they nice to know that they mentions that, because it doesn't seem that he forgot all about her, because there's this once just it's like you go on to the journey, it's like as you meet with all the new friends, like first May, and then Dawn, and then Isis, and Black and White. It's like, oh, if you go on this new friends, you tend to, it's like, oh, you forgot, I went on other adventures with other people, So they mention like, oh, even though I've haven't seen her that often, but I know we'll still be friends no matter what. So, and then they eventually they get to the place, but then Butler says a trap, and because it gets them to fully reveal about, because Jirachi has like another eye like right here to bring like energy to like from the Earth into the comet. Then Butler was ready, and he has the device captures Jirachi to fully use on the fossilized to create another Groudon, and eventually it does work. But he was totally wrong, because this thing that gets created, it's not really a Groudon. It's more of another. It looks like a Groudon, but it's not. But it's like another monster. It starts absorbing all other Pokemon. Absorb like all these gooey tentacles. Starts snatching all the Pokemon. Even they snatch snatches Team Rocket. Yeah, they try to stop it, but they can't. They start try to run away, but Brock gets captured. And they get rid of the attempts where Max and Ash and Pikachu and they try to get captured, but Jirachi keeps on teleporting him out of it, and they get saved by Butler, who has a Salamence as well, and he knows that what he has done is not right and he's wrong, but because he didn't know this was not supposed to happen, he didn't know that was not a Groudon at all. So he has to plan to use oh, and also Absol got absorbed as well, so. And so they plan to use his machine again to draw it back to the machine, and you hit the reverse switch. And so he has they also Ash and Max, and they fly on a Flygon as well to help them out. So, and you see like the inside of the creature, what they're all of the prisoners is captured inside the bubbles, whatever. And they start starting up the device, but then Salamence and Flygon gets captured and or absorbed. But to grab on the Ash and Max, but Butler gets in the way to save them. And also before that, because he gets more angry because Diane got absorbed first before that. So that's more the reason why he wants to just get rid of this thing. but he saves Ashmax by getting in the way before he gets absorbed in, and they eventually they hit the reverse button and with Jirachi, using the energy, and then the whole thing gets vaporizes. So everything that's been absorbed gets teleported out or transported out. And they have to say goodbye to Jirachi, and because says has to because before he goes back into hibernation for like another 1,000 years, it wants to hear the lullaby that like what May sings to Max, to go to sleep. And okay, this always says the one nitpick I would say with this one, because okay, yeah, it's a lullaby though, but I did not find it. I found it sort of annoying, but I think it could have been left out, because all it was, the lullaby is like do 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 do. I did not care for that. I didn't care for this lullaby tone. I just found it somewhat annoying. I think that could just been cut out of the movie. But yeah, just because you heard a couple of times during the movie, I just not care. If that's what like the one nitpick I have with this movie is the lullaby tone. I just did not care for. It's like it's always like it's like no words, just do 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 do. That's the one nitpick I have. The only nitpick or problem I have with the movie is it's that. So yeah, they sing it to Jirachi before he seals himself in another crystal and sinks back into the earth, and the whole thing starts glowing. And so after all that, everything's back the way it was. Butler is with Diane again, so they take him ride back. And once again, that's the end as the credits once again as they're continuing their journey. They get picked up by the guy who sold May the thing and gives him a lift. And which, by the way, yeah, forgot about that. May on the last night she forgot to fold the last thing, so it's like, oh, whatever. Yeah, so they make that one build of, each night passing folds it, but when she forgets it, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I just don't care about that no more. Yeah, that's like one build up for that little moment that gets like blown away in the wind for nothing. So, yeah, and then they get picked up by the guy that sold her the thing, and then they continue onwards with their journey. And it's like how each and every end credits of all the previous ones. So Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker. I do like all the films, but I'm sure I haven't seen the other ones in quite a while, so I'm probably I don't know if I don't think there is one that I don't really care for, but that I have to know until I keep on watching. But for as far as I know, I don't think there is not one I don't care about. I think I enjoyed the whole series, but that's why I'm rewatching all these again to see if there was one that I don't care about. But I'll have to wait and see about that though. But I do like this one, and I think I will say that I do like this. I think I like this one. The tone of this one, I think I like it better than Pokemon Forever and Pokemon Heroes. Even though I say that Heroes is a bit better than Pokemon Forever, I'll have to make a list, which particular ones I like in order. I already said that my top 3 favorites are the first 3 movies, like I said, from number 3 to number 1 to number 2, and then onwards on that though. So yeah, but this one I do like. I think I do like this better than Forever or Heroes. But yeah, I think I like this better. Well, I'd definitely say I like this better than Forever, but I think I like this a tad bit more than Heroes. But yeah, if I do review all the films, I'll probably have to make up a list of which one in the particular order that I do like, though. But because I can't say that for each and every one I redo, I can't say it's as good as the previous one. But I'll have to make a list of that, though. But yeah, Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker I do enjoy. the only problem I had was with the lullaby that I just did not care for at all. I thought it was somewhat annoying because all it is do 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 do. Like it's not like do 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 and then words words words. No, that's the whole song is do 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 do. I hated that. That's the one big problem I have with it though. It's not that one nitpick. It's not enough to make it a rant though. It's just the one issue that I have is that I thought was annoying about it. To me that didn't need to be in the movie though. I thought that they could just cut that part out. But regardless of that though, it's like I can see why this one's like more. It's like this one's like the highest rated one so far on Rotten Tomatoes, like 62%. You know, and I don't remember on the other one. So as I keep on going along, maybe there's one that's higher than this one though. I forget though, but this one does have the same kind of rating on as some of the few previous ones on IMDb at 5.9. So, but Rotten Tomatoes, this one so far is the highest rated one, the 62%. And like the previous one said, like Pokemon Heroes. It was the last one that was released in theaters in the U.S. So this one is for the start of the. From this one, then onward were direct to videos, but they still make enough money to be released in Japan though. So it made like 33 million in Japan. So, and also these films are not that long. They're just like about an hour and 10-15 minutes at most. So these films are not they're not long a film. They're good. They're well enough, paced enough. But I think this is another good one. I think, I would definitely say I like this one better than Pokemon Forever and Pokemon Heroes. Well, it's hard to say whichever one saying it's better than the previous one. I have to make a complete list of it though. But yeah. So yeah, this is my review for Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next Pokemon movie, which is I can't see from over here, but which will be the next one. So it'll be like this one. Good on you, and stay tuned for the next wherever the next one is. I forget because I can't see from this distance. But anyway, yeah. So on the next review later.